everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J here with a review, swatches, and a tutorial using some of the new Pat McGrath Mothership eyeshadow palettes from the Opulence collection. These are brand new launches from her brand, and if you guys have not seen them, this is what they look like. This is one of them. These are the smaller palettes that she offers, but they pack a punch, so don't get it confused. Just because it's a small palette does not mean she's gonna offer small things. So let's go ahead and jump into this review, and I'll give you guys more information about them. So the description on all of these eyeshadow palettes reads, calling all icons. Gaze at the future fabulously with a tantalizing trinity of 6-shade eye palettes starring matte and metallic formulations certain to elevate every holiday happening. So here's the first palette. This one is a Subliminal palette, and this one is called Dark Star. This one has the really beautiful blue jeweled packaging. I love the packaging, super nice. It opens this way, so it folds and it's magnetized. It comes with a pretty nice sized mirror. Here are the eyeshadows, 6 eyeshadows. The description on her website reads, blur the line between terrestrial and transcendent with glamorously intergalactic tones. Make eye contact with the next dimension in future fatale finishes. Embrace the hypnotic opulence of black hole opacity, mesmerizing metallic intensity, and illicitly interstellar luminosity as you embark on an indefinite voyage of iconic artistry. It is always so difficult to read Pat McGrath's descriptions because sis is gonna throw some words at you. Like, it's like, okay, hold on, Pat. Like, to do that in one take like that requires some talent. The eyeshadow palette is absolutely gorgeous. This one is a more cool tone type eyeshadow palette, and I love that purple shade. It's like a blue purple shade. This blue purple shade right here has stolen my heart. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the eye demonstration using this palette. Let's start out with the blending brush. This is a MAC 217. And let's go in with Deep Space. So I'm going to take this color. Oh my god, it's so pigmented. I am going to take this color in my crease, deposit the majority of the color here, and then let's buff that color upwards. This is crazy pigmented. This is with dipping one time lightly into that. Insane. So just back and forth and work that color out, and it will diffuse itself eventually. Same brush, and I'm going to pick up a bit of Metropolis. Lightly moving down, I'm going to deposit this color. Oh my goodness, these colors are so pigmented. I am lightly going to deposit this color on the edge where Deep Space ended. So bring it down and then work this color in. Again, same thing. Deposit the majority of the color right in this fold of my eyelid, and then lightly begin to work it upwards. And Deep Space is going to help us transition this color, and it's already like really buffed out. So all we have to do is just blend this color with Deep Space, but don't take it above it. Same brush, and I'm going to pick up Dark Matter. I'm going to pop that with the flat side of this brush right on the very outer corner on the lid. So I'm just patting this color on and depositing it. And then I'm bringing it right to that crease and buffing it there so it blends. Switching to a flat shader brush, this is a Smith 253. I'm going to pick up Interstellar. In this blank space, let's go ahead and pack this color on. And I'm going to leave the inner corner open, but all on the lid, I'm going to take this color and use packing motions to deposit it. So right on the edge, let's make sure that that color is diffused. And right up on the crease, I'm also going to pat this color to make sure that it's blended, but I'm not going to take it all the way above the crease. With the pencil brush, I'm going to pick up Entice, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner and blend that over. Same pencil brush, and I'm going to pick up Enraptured. And let's put that on the middle of the lower lash line. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. That's so beautiful and pigmented. It's ridiculous. Back with Dark Matter. And let's connect that to the top. So here's the finished eye look. And here are the swatches of this palette. Next we have the Sublime palette. This one is called Bronze Temptation. Really beautiful packaging. Again, it has that really beautiful crimson color. Here are the colors of this eyeshadow palette. Absolutely gorgeous. The description of this palette reads, succumb to the seduction of 6 illicit iconoclastic shades. Gild, glamorize, and glorify your eyes with the erotic elegance of arousingly smooth formulations that glide on effortlessly, inhibitably, exhibiting indecent uninhibitably, uninhibitably, exhibiting incendiary shine and licentious luxury. Slay with style and splendor in a sublime textures and finishes, entrancing all whom you encounter from dusk to dawn and beyond. Pat McGrath is not gonna trip me up with her words. She's not. I am going to master those details. You will get every pronunciation of those words from me. But this palette is gorgeous. It's the most cohesive of the 3 that she just launched. You can do your entire eye with this eyeshadow palette. You can do a lot of different looks with this eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into the eye demo of this palette. So the first thing that I'm taking with the Tom Ford number 13 brush is this color. This is Burning Desire. I am going to apply this right in the crease and blend it up. So right in the crease, and then make circular motions to diffuse this color up, and this is going to be our crease color as well as our transition color. Same brush, and I'm going to dip into Dark Paradise. I am going to take that right on my outer corner. Oh, it's such a good chocolate. I am loving it. Right on my outer corner and blend it upwards towards the crease. Oh, that's so beautiful and smooth. So I'm just depositing the bulk of the color here and then taking whatever is left and blending it upwards into the crease and then blending it over. Next, I'm taking a flat shader in the color Provocatrix, and let's pop that on the inner corner. Same brush, and I'm going to pick up Supernova, and I am going to press this on the lid. So first I'm going to kind of drag it and then press this in. This is giving me just a hair of fallout. The shade is performing alone, but I want to take it to the next level, so I'm going to spritz it. And I just dampened my brush just a little bit just to foil this eyeshadow a bit more. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish off this eye look. So with the Tom Ford number 12, let's go in with Celestial. Same brush, and let's go in with Corruption. We are going to take that along the rest of the lower lash line, so all the way across. Ooh. So here's the final eye look. And here are the swatches of this palette. And lastly, in this new launch, we have the Subversive Metamorphosis palette. So this palette reads, manifest metallurgic masterpieces with a provocative palette of mesmerizing metals. This cult-classic sisterhood of precious metals infuses electrifyingly erotic formulations and opulent color opacity with subversively scintillating intensity. Gild your eyes, sand restraints, but beware. Alchemical addiction and catalytic chaos may result with prolonged use. Woo! I made it through her descriptions. Oh yes I did. Okay. Here's this eyeshadow palette. Really beautiful metallic eyeshadows. Here's this palette in comparison to last year's Decadence palette. I think that this palette has many similarities to this Decadence palette. So dare I say, if you have last year's Decadence palette, you may not need this one because I feel like they're similar enough. I will insert swatches comparing them. The metal eyeshadows in this new palette are really bold. They're very intense. They pack a punch. They go on smoothly and intensely. And I think they're gorgeous. Swatches. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into that eye demo so you can see it in action. So I already have created somewhat of a basis for our eye look. I added some matte eyeshadows because this is an all shimmery, super metallic eyeshadow palette. So I'm first taking a Smith 253 brush and the color Sterling. And let's pop that right on the inner corner. Blend her over. Same brush, and I'm going to take Gold Standard. And let's take this right on the lid. So blend it over. Right here where that color stops, make sure you tap it to blend out that color. And I'm just packing this on and blending it over. Once you get up here to the crease, just tap that color to diffuse it. Same brush, and let's go in with Copper. And let's press that right on that little empty space that we left open. Press and get right on the edge of that matte eyeshadow. And then next to the other eyeshadow on the lid. And with the pencil brush, I'm going to go in with Smoked Amethyst. Carefully take that on the lower lash line and bring it upwards. And this is the final look. And here are the swatches of this palette. Overall, I really enjoyed these eyeshadow palettes. I love all the looks that I created. I think that they're really fun, very beautiful, very well formulated palettes. My individual thoughts on the palettes are, I think the Metamorphosis palette is really beautiful. The eyeshadows in here are very intense. They definitely are metallic and they are so pigmented. I think this palette is the most fun out of the three that she launched. The Dark Star palette, I think that this one is definitely the most vampy out of all three. This one has enough to be able to do a complete look in it. It has a mix of mattes and it has a mix of shimmers. I think this palette has the smoothest formulation of eyeshadows that I tried out of the three. The mattes were so creamy. The shimmers were also very buttery. And I always love a very well formulated gray eyeshadow, which she gave us. And lastly, the Bronze Temptation palette. I think this palette is the most cohesive. You are able to do a complete look. You have a transition color. You have deepening colors. You have several different lid colors. I feel like you can do several different looks using only this palette. I feel like even though I have similar colors, they are not quite the same. I do think that the blue eyeshadow that I used on my lid in this palette is a little bit drier in comparison to all the other eyeshadows in the other palettes, but I still enjoyed it. I did use Fix Plus with it, but it still is a beautiful shade. So of these three palettes, this one is my favorite. I think this one is absolutely gorgeous, and I feel like it gave me the most unique look out of the three, but I still thoroughly enjoyed the other two. Every time I wear Pat McGrath's eyeshadows on my lids whenever I go out, I always get stopped. People are always enamored with my eye makeup. They're like, what do you have on? And I'm like, it's Pat McGrath. You need to get you some. Not you need to go to the store and buy it. No, you need to get you some. It's two different intensities. I will catch you all in my very next video, which will be super, super soon. Smooches. Bye.